Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. And if this is your first time, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to take a look and check me out. I am Izzy. Most of the time on these videos, I do makeup on myself, and you'll see me do like whatever suits my fancy that day. But I did get some requests to get a cut crease for people with hooded eyes. So my lovely sister Sarah, she indulged me and allowed me to do her makeup on this video today. So if you're interested in getting a cut crease look like this, keep on watching. We're gonna do that next. But before I go, let's just say you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Glitzy by Izzy on all platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see. And I will link all the products that I use in the video. It'll be linked below in the description box. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so we're going to go in with the Born This Way Full Face or Full Coverage Concealer by Too Faced. And I'm going to use my MAC 195 brush. And I'm just going to start cutting in her eyebrows. So you'll see me take my time and put a nice straight line following the edge of her brows, just to make sure that that's a nice clean cut there. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of her eyelid to get a nice clean base for the eyeshadow to go on. Here I'm going to use Huda Beauty's baking powder in the color Blondie just to set that concealer in place. Forgive my model, she's a little goofy. She wasn't ready for the brush. But we're just using that to set the concealer in place. Now we're going to go in with Morphe's purple 35P palette, and I'm taking a light purple, and that's what I'm going to use as my transition shade. And we're just going to start putting that on just above her crease. We're going to go in a circular motion back and forth across the top of her crease, or just over her crease. Now I'm going to go back into the 35P and get a little bit deeper purple to deepen up that transition. It's just a little too light for me. And we're going to do the same circular motions going back and forth just above her crease to make sure we've got a nice light color for our purple gradient coming out of that crease. That's how we follow. That's how we follow. That's how we follow. We're going to go back into the 35P, get a deeper purple, and again, get to work on that transition. It's not going to be the deepest purple, but we're going to go in just slightly beneath the top edge of those lighter purples, and we're going to start building that color up to get to our next color, which is going to be the deepest purple right at the crease where we're going to cut it at. So now we'll just go in circular motions back and forth across the lid until you get it nice and blended. This step takes time, so don't feel worried or like you're not doing something right if it doesn't come out perfectly in 5 seconds. Now we're going in with the deep purple. You see I changed brushes. I went to a MAC 217 because it's a bit denser. The bristles are shorter, and it's also tapered, so it helps to blend at the same time. But you see here, I'm actually pressing the color into the crease before I start blending things out. So you'll notice when I use a deeper color, I push it in first and then start the blending process. Here again, you're going to notice me going into the corner of her eye, and I'm going to press that powder in, and then I'm going to start to blend it in circular motions to get it to blend right on into that crease. Pull it up, that's how we follow. That's how we follow. That's how we follow. Now it's time to cut the crease. So I picked up my MAC 242 and I went back to that Born This Way concealer. I'm going to cover the edge of the brush with that, and I'm going to start cutting in. I'm going to be cutting like that half moon shape in to her eyelid. And basically what I'm doing, because she has a hooded eye, I'm not going to where when you open your eye, that's the most you can see, but I'm actually going up to her orbital bone where you can actually feel the indentation of the crease to make sure that when she opens her eyes, that this crease will still be, or the lid will still be visible. So I'm going just a little bit higher to accommodate the extra space that you need when you have a hooded eyelid. Now I'm just blending that purple out into that concealer to get a nice soft gradient on the edge. Now I'm going to take a beauty blender just to kind of smooth that concealer out. No big deal, easy peasy. And then I'm going to take that same deep purple that we put in the crease and on the corner, and I'm going to just start lightly tapping on the concealer just so that way you can get it to fade into the concealer, because we're not going to bring the light color all the way out. So that's what that step's all about.
That's how we fall out. Blow it up, blow it up. That's how we...
All right, I'm going back into that 35P palette, and I'm taking that light iridescent purple. I'm going to put it on a MAC 239 brush, spray it with a setting spray, and I'm going to start to press that into her eyelid. You see that I'm making deliberate strokes. I'm pressing down on the lid and then just dragging the brush down. That helps you to deposit the color really well and get a good color payoff.
That's how we fall out. That's how we fall out. And I still got my money. All I see is time.
Here I'm going to go back to that dark purple color and just blend the edge out so that way everything blends nicely in and you don't have these huge color blocks on the eyes. Just to make life a little easier, I'm using one of Urban Decay's glitter eyeliners, and I'm just cutting out the edge of that crease so that way I make sure that there's glitter up at the utmost tippy top of that cut lid. Now I'm going to get my glitter, which is an Anastasia, actually 2 Anastasia glitters, and I'm going to pour a little out, and I'm taking the Anastasia glitter adhesive, and I'm going to use that to put that combination of glitters onto the lid. So I'm putting a little bit of glue on my hand, and then I'll go into my mix of glitters that I have just off camera. I'll tap that in, tap the glue on the eyeshadow, do that part first. And then I went back for the glitter, and now I'm just tapping it on. Pressing that glitter just bit by bit. Make sure that it's you get as much glitter, as much sparkle as you want. You can do more or less here, whatever suits your fancy. Now I'm going to go in with my Inglot in the color number 77, and that is a very black eyeliner. I'm going to take an angled brush. That one there is from Dose of Colors. I'm going to make sure that the edge of the brush is very well saturated with product, and then I'm just going to look at where I want her wing to be. I had her open up to make sure that that lower line was right, at the right angle, and then I had her close her eyes, and then I just go from the corner and just drag it straight over in a long straight line to where I want that wing to be on her eye. And then I just go back in and slowly fill that triangle in that I created at first. And then I'm going to lift her eye there just so I can make sure I get a nice thin line on the inside of her eye. You never want that line to be too thick. So it's good to start further out, and then once you've gotten the excess product off the brush, then you want to move into the inner corner of the eye to finish out the front part of the eye. Here I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara, And I'm just going to put a little bit on her lashes to get them ready for the eyelashes. Just put a nice thick coat of that. Here I'm using Koko Lashes in the style Dashin, and I just covered them up. You know, I put some glue on there. I use Duo, and I brush it on, and then I just make sure, have her look down, put them in place. Easy peasy. Now I'm cleaning everything up so I can do her under eye. I'm going back in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I just want to clean up under her eyes, make sure it's nice and light. I'll blend that in with a small beauty blender, and then we will go right in with the eyeshadow just to kind of smoke it out underneath there. Alright guys, we're going back in with the two lightest purples, and I'm just going to trace right under her lash line with those light colors just to kind of build that smoky effect in. Once we finish up, get both eyes done with the lighter purples, we'll go to the next color. And I believe that one was like a medium shade. Sorry, I don't have names, but I don't think the palettes come with names. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I don't know. But here we went in with the second deepest purple, still close to the lash line. And now we're going to go with the deepest purple. And we're just going to, again, follow her lower lash line just to give you that nice smoky effect. Now for her inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with Stila Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow in the color Perlina. There's not a lot on the brush. I'm just going to tap that into the inner corners there. And then I'm going to go into my ColourPop X MakeupShayla palette with a pencil brush. And I'm going to take the color Unbothered. And I'll spray that with All Nighter Spray by Urban Decay. And then I will just lightly tap over the inner corner where I put Perlina at by Stila. And that's how you get that inner corner highlight. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for taking the time to watch with me, guys. Alright guys, I hope you liked that video. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget, links to all the products will be below. Like, subscribe, follow me on all platforms. Glitzy by Izzy. See you next time. Got my money, trip clubs and dollar bills. Dollar bill, trip clubs and dollar